Hi, in this session, I will briefly explain about Snowflake information schema. What is meant by information schema? What are the objects present in this schema? And what is the use of those objects? We'll see. So what is the information schema? The Snowflake information schema contains a set of views, system-defined views, and table functions that provide extensive metadata information about the objects created in your account. So what are the objects created in our Snowflake account? So it is databases, tables, databases, schemas, tables, okay, external tables, snow pipes, streams, okay, file formats, stages, everything, right? So all these are called the objects. So this information schema gives in detail information about all these objects. So that metadata information about these objects. So what is the metadata information of any object? Suppose table is the object. So what is the metadata of the table? That means metadata means data about that object. Like suppose if you take table object, then what is the table name? So in which database and which schema the table has been created, what is the type of the table, who is owner of the table, when the table was created, when the table was last altered, what is the DDL. So all this is the metadata of the table. So this information schema provides all this information for each and every object that is present in your account. Okay, so the information schema is implemented as a schema named information schema that is automatically created when you create a database. So how this information and where this information is stored? So in a schema called information schema. Okay, so you can see this information schema in each and every database. So whenever you create a database, automatically two schemas will be created in the database. One is public and the other one is information schema, where all the object information will be stored. Okay, so information schema contains following objects. So it contains a set of views for all the objects contained in the database. Also, it contains a views for account level objects such as non-database objects such as roles and warehouses. So not only the objects we have created like tables, databases, schemas, streams, pipes, okay, it also contains some views that gives information about roles and warehouses. Okay, and then it contains table functions for account level usage and historical information. Okay, so this also contains some functions, system defined functions that gives us the details like account level usage information and the historical information like load history, task history, those information. Okay, we'll see what are those functions later in this session. Okay, I'm not going to explain all these objects in detail in this session because it is clearly documented in the Snowflake documentation, and I'm providing the link for that documentation. So you can go to this link and you can see what are the objects present and what is the use of that each and every object and each and every function. Okay, so this is the Snowflake documentation. I have provided this link in the document. Okay, here it contains, so what is information schema, what are the list of views. So this is complete list of views. I'm not going to discuss in detail about all these views, but you can come back here and you can check. And what are the table functions, the important table functions. So this page will give you complete details. Okay, so I'll explain about a few tables that we are going to use in our stored procedures. So this information schema contains some views, right? So these are some important views. The first one is tables. So it gives complete details about the tables that are present in the all schemas of the database. Suppose in your database, if you have 5 schemas created, so along with the public schema, so whatever all the database 5 schemas contains, like the tables or stages, whatever you create in those schemas, okay, uh, this information schema provides details of all those objects. Okay, so what are those metadata details include? So it is table catalog, nothing but database name, schema name, table name, who is the table owner, what is the table type, permanent or transient or temporary table or dynamic table. Okay, clustering keys of the table, row count in the table, so number of bytes stored in the table, what is the retention time of the table. So if it is a permanent table, what is the retention period of the table, when it was created, when it was last altered, what is the comment you have provided while creating the table. So it gives all the details about the all tables present in your database. Okay, so one more view is the name itself is views. So it gives complete details about the views present in the database. Okay, so those details include same like a table catalog, what is the database name, schema name, table name is nothing but view name here, and who is the owner of that view, what is the view definition. So it is a secured view or normal view, when it was created, when it was last altered, so the comment you have given for that view. So it gives complete details of this views. And the third view is columns. Okay, so this gives complete details of the columns present in the all tables of the database. Suppose if you have 100 tables in the database, and that are like one schema contains 10 tables, another schema contains 10 tables, whatever it can be. So and that each and every table will contain some columns, right? So this view will give complete details of those columns present in each and every table of the database. Okay, so the metadata of this view is the database name, schema name, table name, column name. So what is the data type of the column, so it is nullable or not nullable, what is the length of that column, so what is the default value of that column, so what is the comment you have provided that column. So along with these details there are some more details. Okay, but these are the important details that can be used in our stored procedures. Okay, so these three are very important, we'll be using very frequently while writing stored procedures in real time. Okay, so along with these three views, there are some other important views like functions that gives details about the functions we are user defined functions we are going to create in the database. Procedures, it gives complete details of the stored procedures we are going to create or we have created. Pipes view gives the details of snow pipe. Load history, so it is nothing but so whatever the files we are loading from internal or external stages, that complete load history data it maintains. So the details about external tables, so the details about file formats. Okay, there is a view with the name stages that gives complete details of the stages, internal and external stages. So table constraints, so what are the constraints defined on the tables. Okay, table privileges, that means the access information of the table. So these are all the important views along with these three. So these views are also very important. Okay, just if you look at the definition of this view, you will understand. Okay, suppose if I want to know something about this external tables or some other view. Okay, so go to this page and click here, that's it. Okay, it gives the metadata, so that complete information about that view. Okay, so table catalog, table schema, when it was created, what was the last DDL, so comment, location, everything this gives. Okay, so like that you can see the details of each and every view present in the information schema. Okay, so along with this views, we have some table functions defined in information schema. Okay, so the table functions in information schema can be used to return account level usage information. So this some of the table functions contains account level uh, usage information, also the historical information like the storage history, warehouse history, user login history, and query history. Everything this table functions can return. Okay, so some of the important table functions are like copy history. So when the files were copied to from external or internal stages to um, a Snowflake table, so that complete copy history. So the details about dynamic tables, the database refresh history, so the notification like pipe notification history, so pipe usage history. Okay, serverless tasks, so there can be some serverless tasks, right? So the history of those tasks. So and the tasks we are going to create for scheduling our queries or stored procedures, right? The task history and validation of pipe load. So warehouse load history, it's complete. These are important table functions. So whenever you need some information from these tables, you can access these functions. So the complete details about these functions are available in this page. Suppose if you want to know details of any, okay, let's come back. So these are the functions. Okay, if I want to know so what information this copy history stores, so just click on here. So it will give complete details of that copy history function, how it can be used, where it can be used, what are the arguments of this function, so what this function returns. So the complete details you can see here. So there are some 20 plus functions and 20 plus view. So it's not possible to explain each and every view and function in detail. That's why I'm giving the link of this page. So whenever you need some information on these objects, you can go and check here. Okay. But why I'm explaining this the information about the information schema, because I'm going to use these, especially these three views in almost all our procedures. So they are very important. If you want to get any details about these tables or columns, so you have to use these tables in the stored procedures. That's why I'm giving some brief information about the information schema. Okay. I hope you understood. Thank you.